How you doing? We're talking about education. What's happening?
Hi.
Hi.
This is Maya. Hi, Pop. I just wanted to say I've been in private school for like all my life, and I think that most of my friends are from public school, and even though they're a couple grades ahead of me, my skill level is a couple grades above them. So
why do you think that?
Because I think that the private school education is a little bit more advanced in a way.
Okay, but okay, would you agree, right? For a private education, your pop has a lot of money, so he could do that. The other pops don't. No, I'm just giving you a hard time. But do you think it's because your teachers spend more time with you, or do you think it's just because the private schools prepare you better?
It's a little bit of both, I think.
Okay. Thank you for the call. Okay. That's nice.
That was nice, and I did not ask her to do that.
No, that's good. Well, I mean, when she said Pop, I had to look. You know, you still got more hair than me. I was like getting scared. I was like, what the hell's going on here? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Storm, Larry, how you guys doing, man?
Hey.
Look, first of all, and very short and sweet, I want to say to Brother Calvin Brown, in the words of one of his Republican idols, Ronald Reagan, Calvin, there you go again. Bringing up that Republican rhetoric. Gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree, we are in a chaotic situation in our community and society today. That's the bottom line, Storm.
Right.
Our social epidemic has long taken its toll.
Right.
And as a result of that, we all have to shoulder some of the blame for having addressed this situation. And to, as Larry was saying, Storm, to look at throwing the daggers and laying the blame helps no one, doesn't help the school system or the children or anything. And let's just understand this, and I'll close and listen, Norm, on this one. You know, good teacher, bad teacher, what's the matter with the teachers? There are a lot of good teachers in the systems of public school all over the country. But the social epidemic is so out of hand, Storm, that these kids can come in so buck wild with problems they're bringing into that schoolhouse that it makes an atmosphere that's inconducive for the teachers.
And you know what, Herman, you just brought up a point, right, that I hadn't even thought about. Do you think that there's some mental illness issues that go on?
Some of that as well.
That we don't even look at, we don't even talk about, because a lot of these kids are on Ritalin and all kinds of stuff that we never even heard of.
Exactly.
That's
and some of the life experience these young kids have had, Storm,
That's right. Yeah.
that brought them to the point that they are acting out today.
Yeah.
Herman, let me ask you another question, right? Since I got you on the phone, because you know I like talking to you. I always tell you like my historian. Something broke down somewhere, right? When we look at, let's just deal with South Wilmington, right? When we look through years of black males, when we had the dropout rate somewhere like 50, 60%, which was horrendous. 1 year, I think one person graduated. And this year we celebrating 7. What happened and what can we do to change that? That's what this conversation is about.
Right.
Well, I think how many that's been increased this past year, right?
No, it's increased, yeah.
Right.
But I'm talking about past, where we're at now.
All right.
Norman, when we have programs set up like we're under the Jim Seals administration, and Jim had an educational department set up a committee to really get to the root of that problem. I was on that committee. The chairperson was Gene Nutter from University of Delaware. We started out doing a lot of good things to reach those kids. I remember Jim brought Dr. Ben Carson in from Johns Hopkins Hospital, the neurosurgeon I had here for Martin Luther King dinner one year, Norman, and had him to speak to the kids and whatnot. And all this was in the effort of you can be somebody, don't get hung up where you are in life, what's going on, and all that. The bottom line was when others come and take that stuff away, away, Norman, it hurts our community. And the other person that took it away and ended a lot of that was not a bitter, racist Caucasian. It was our friend Jim Baker. So all I'm saying is, it's just like the outreach workers, Norman, that worked our communities. When these things are taken away, before crime got out of hand, the murder and the shootings as they are today, and we had many police stations, northeast, south, and west. Ours over here at Southbridge was the Henrietta Johnson.
Hey, Herm, real quick.
You know, and it's sad, and I'm not trying to beat up on the man.
No, that's cool. Hold for 1 second. Hold your thought for 1 second, right? Because I got some phone calls holding. But I want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
Do you think the SEG played a role in what's going on with our school systems today?
Well, I know it did, Norman. I agree with it because, number one, the order wiped out our Wilmington School District. We controlled, when we had the Wilmington School District, we controlled our own district here in the city. We had our high schools and things. We had a lot of the teachers that did not get picked up when we went. Remember, we went to the super district?
Right.
And then to the 4 districts? A lot of our teachers didn't pick up. Larry just talked on the point that they're absent black male figures and role models in these schools. No. Larry, we had them when we had the Wilmington school system.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Hey, good stuff, Herm. Thank you, man. Hey. Did you want to chime in? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just think that our children get kind of beat up. It's almost like blaming the victim, as we've heard for other situations. Our children don't get the necessary tools to be successful teenagers or adults.
Is it time to revamp all the schools? I mean, the school districts?
I think we have to take a look at everything.
And
we can't. The prison system that's a whole nother show. The prison system, you know that they determine whether or not they're going to build a prison.
What I don't like, and hold on for 1 second, caller. We do have a lot of good teachers. Oh. We have a lot of good administrators. I mean, there's a lot of good administrators in Christina, Red Clay, Colonial, Brandywine.
Yes.
I mean, like some of the people underneath, you know, I could do without. Yeah. But there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of, I mean, good teachers, and there's a lot of people who really care. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Norman. It's Rich again calling, and again, we have to stop trying to figure out who's to blame. That's the game that they want us to play. What we need to do is get a summit, get the best minds that we have here in Wilmington, get some grants from the federal government, and take a small group of kids from different backgrounds, different races, different economic situations, different problems, give all of the money that they're sitting there spending in housing.
But you know, Rich, I think that's a great idea. You know, it's almost like W.B. Du Bois and the Talent of the 10th, right? But you know what I know? We can't get 3 people in this city to come at the table for nothing. Not 3. So you talk about.
Hold up for a second. Me, Reverend Greer, okay, Dr. Golly Day, who used to be on the program with, his wife.
Hazel?
Dr. Plant. And all of us got together, and we tried to do that.
That's the key word, tried. That's what I just said.
We tried, but hold it for a second, Norm. Okay, but you have to try, and you have to find somewhere.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
You can't teach what you don't know.
I understand what you're saying. I appreciate the call. Appreciate the effort too, man. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And around the issue of whether or not we can come together to talk about our problems, first of all, we can. And I think the one thing that Brother Calvin said that I totally agree with it, if not everything, mostly everything is political. And if the people, the voting people, decide that the things are to an extent that they need to be changed, that our leaders need to pay attention to the things that affect us the most, then we need to elect people that's going to implement change for us.
All right. Hey, Shiffy, if you want to come in here, you could come in here. I know my sister Shiffy's out there. If she want to come and join us on the conversation, I like my boy Wayne Jefferson. We always talk about education and some. You know, his son's going to nativity school.
All right.
It's structured.
Yeah.
And these people are getting a good education. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Mr. Oliver and Mr. Morris.
How you doing?
Evening.
All right. Hey, listen, there are some good African-American men teachers here in Delaware and in Wilmington.
Sure, absolutely.
One of the problems
There's just not
is that
enough.
if a district powers to be don't particularly care for you, they're not going to hire you, regardless whether you have your certification or not. I, one who is a reading specialist, and I'm also a certified special education teacher, haven't been afforded an opportunity to work in Christina School District simply because they don't particularly care for me. What should I do with that?
Well, that's a good point. I mean, I can't answer that question. Now, I would be shocked because I got to be very honest. I like the direction the Christina School District is going in under Dr. Freeman Williams. He's a friend. I've had many conversations with him, and I think that he should have been in that position. And I don't think, I mean, again, I'm not in your place, so I don't know. And he could certainly speak for himself if he calls, or I don't even know if he's watching the show. But I don't think that, I mean, you telling me that this guy would, or someone in that district just targeting you as bad as they need teachers, certified teachers? I don't know.
And male teachers.
Mr. Albert.
I gotta believe you. I'm just telling you my thoughts. You know what I mean?
And it's not even Mr. Williams. I think it goes. He may. Hello.
We here.
Oh, I'm sorry. He may not even know. I think this happens in the Human Resource Department.
Wow. Well, let's abolish it. Thank you for your call. Hey, you guys want to come on the show, man? You want some of this action? We have some interns here. We have Stephen. We have Colleen. They're from Delaware State University. And we're taking phone calls. Go ahead, Larry. Did you want to talk?
You know, interesting, Norman, I had 3 very good conversations this past week with young people who were doing tremendous work with other young people. Okay, one of those folks was Chris Purnell, and Chris Purnell works at Eastern Christian Academy, and what he was talking about, he
does a good job too.
Yes, absolutely. And Chris is a product of the inner city, and Chris went to Howard. And Chris, the Eastern Christian Academy has taken a different approach to bringing in students from the city, providing a lot of structure and a lot of discipline, and things are working out there.
He's doing something good. Let me make an announcement real quick. I just got this envelope. Please join host committee Friends to Support at a reception benefiting Charles Potter Jr., State Representative, elected 1st District, Wednesday, October the 10th. 5:30 to 7:30 at the Rebel, 900 North Orange Street, Wilmington, Delaware. Friends, see, like your niece, your granddaughter, son, all the money you got, you could be the $600 guy. Then you got $250 and $100. Our contributions could be addressed to Potter for State Rep, P.O. Box 8037, Wilmington, Delaware, 19803. And also next week, you know who I would like to get on the show too, and we're going to talk about education. I want to get Alex Pierre. That guy's he's off the hook, right?
He is definitely off the hook.
I want to get him on Crossfire.
Wow.
Because we rumble here, man.
How you doing?
Welcome to the show. I don't want to get diverted.
Hey, good evening, Norm and Larry. This is Mike Rowley.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, great program tonight. I'm enjoying watching. Education, especially from a public education standpoint, is very important to me, Norm. Being a product of the Wilmington Public School System, attending Bancroft and Pyle, as a young black male, we had access to positive role models.
Yes.
If there wasn't a positive male role model in the home, you certainly encountered one at school.
Yes.
In my case, I had a positive black role model, but at school, Mr. Pritchett commanded our respect as well as all our teachers did. And we knew, even though they disciplined us, yes, there was corporal punishment.
Corporal? That sounds kind of harsh.
Huh?
Corporal?
Yeah, got that butt beat, man. Soul Brother number 9.
And it's funny, Mr. Moffat, Herman Moffat works for me now, right? Yeah. And I used to tell this guy, I said, man, you haze me, man.
I tell you, but the thing is, we knew, number one, that they were committed to us.
Right.
And they connected to us. They were in the community. Right. Larry was down Bancroft working, and we connected with him. And
you've been along for a long time, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we had recreational outlets.
That's a good point.
The gymnasium. We had Morris Youth Center. These things are missing from our community these days, and I believe that our young people have been programmed in a self-destructive way. And we have many ills. We have social ills. We have ills in the home. Yes, there are mental illnesses as well.
That's true. That's true, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we have
Hey,
to
thanks, Mike.
reprogram
Yeah.
ourselves.
Hey, Mike, you should come on and join me on the show sometimes. You know, I like you, man.
I would love to.
I don't like a lot of people, but I like you.
Brother.
You know, some people you don't like, you can't invite the people that you don't like.
I know that's right, because it's going to come out, won't it?
Thank you.
That's
pretty cool.
You know, we close we have community centers that are closed in this
You have
city.
to turn your phone down, okay? Because we can hear the echo. Go ahead, Larry. I'm sorry.
You know, back when I was coaching youth basketball, some of our rivals, the best games were Jackson Street.
Hold on. Do you hear the echo? You know, on the thing it says, please turn down your TV.
Amen.
I mean, because you can hear the echo. Yeah. Thank you.
We had places like Jackson Street Boys Club and Browns Boys Club who were really strong rivals, and Jackson Street is not open, and so, you know, and Browns is not like it used to be. And how can we expect these children to see a whole lot of things that they're not supposed to be seeing, and hearing a whole lot of things they're not supposed to be hearing, and then and we expect them to make good decisions?
How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello. Are you serious? I mean, are you serious? Now you see what I go through? See, now you sit here, right? People say you hang up on people. I'm not hanging up on anyone. I mean, are you serious? How you doing? We having an intelligent conversation here. Turn your TV down. Let's talk. Thank you. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm calling and responding to the praying in the schools. I feel like that it starts at home, man. First and foremost, if your family is disciplining you at home, there's no need to carry all that nonsense to the schools.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, you discipline your child at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, say your child's in a class of 30 people, and 4 or 5 of them are just disruptive and disrupting the educational opportunity for your child who's disciplined and structured at home. What can we do?
Basically, you got to sit them to the side and let your kid know, and your kid should know already that he shouldn't go outside his line. If it ain't disturbing him, he shouldn't even worry about it, but he also needs to get some information from the teacher so the teacher can be aware about the disruptive kids in the class, and if they're disruptive, they have to get out of that classroom. I mean, everybody has disruptive kids. Everybody's kid's not perfect,
right.
But what we do have is some morals and understanding. I know if I walk outside today and it's a red light and it's supposed to be green for me and I get hit by a car, I can't blame the car for hitting me. I wasn't paying attention. So basically, it starts from home. If you can keep your kids controlled at the house and know when they leave the household, you got something to deal with as far as, like, first and foremost, Norman, listen, kids is having kids. We got to stop that too.
So this the whole host of stuff.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for the call. Let me ask you something. I got 2 students here from Delaware State University, right? I want you guys to come on and join me on get wired up, and we're going to talk to you two because I want to know what separated y'all. What made you guys want to go to college? You know what I mean? Because at some point you did okay. Stephen, right? Colleen, you did all right, right? Something made you want to get into mass communication, right? I mean, that's why you guys are at Del State. I mean, come on, sit down here, get from behind the mic, get from behind all that old fancy stuff, and come sit here and talk to us. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
Kids want leaders, but the leaders don't know how to talk to the kids. Back in the 80s, I drove a school bus for Kirk School. I had Maryland Avenue with and 14th and Poplar, water and gasoline don't mix. Okay, so I stopped on 95 because somebody shot a rubber band. They said, we get rid of all our bus drivers. We get rid of all of them. So I pulled over on the side. I said, I'm poor, I'm black, I like you, I'm just like you. So, it's not going to work. So I opened the back door and said, the baddest one, stand up, and I'll throw you off the bus. And then after that, those kids had my respect. They gave me all the respect. Now, I'm a little guy. I couldn't.
You know what's funny about that? I mean, I feel you, but if somebody had a reported you, you would have lost your job.
I wasn't worried about that.
No, I feel you. I'm
Right.
telling you I feel you, but I'm just telling you
Right.
that
But
there's repercussions, right?
Right,
Okay,
right. But
Larry,
I'm saying, but all you have to do is talk to them. Then after that, I said, now y'all sitting in the back of the bus, people down south couldn't even get on the bus sometimes. Had to sit way in the back.
Wow.
So the biggest guys start coming to the front of the bus, you know, talking to me and stuff about the problems and all that kind of stuff. And then the kid killed himself that year
Wow.
because his father said, if you don't bring home all A's, you might as well kill yourself, because if you don't, I will. So the kid said, if that boy was on our bus, he wouldn't have died, Mr. Billy. I know, I didn't mean to give him a name. But anyway, I saw not supposed to eat or drink on the bus. I bought 2 cases of sodas, and I put a picture, and do not let this happen to you. Tell a friend or tell someone cares. After they all read the little pamphlet, I gave them sodas, and I know you got other people on the line, but you get my drift.
No, I was writing something down. No, thank you, man.
You know that the amazing thing is that children want structure and discipline. Yeah. They want it. They want it.
Not all these rugrats.
You know, I mean, well, they want it from, and they were accepted from people who are consistently showing that they care. And so you just can't be angry all the time and disciplined all the time. Children really want to be structured. They just want it from some people.
Some of these kids are angry too.
Well, yeah, and they want to be loved. Yeah. They want to be loved.